Hello and welcome to the Brad's Builds channel. Today we're going to be undercoating this brand new Toyota Tundra Platinum Edition. If you happen to live in a region with harsh winters and salty roads, it is absolutely crucial that you get your vehicles undercoated to protect them from rust and corrosion. So grab yourself a beverage, sit back and relax as I take you through my process on undercoating a vehicle. So once I have the vehicle up in the air, I like to inspect the undercarriage to determine what panels and shields need to be removed prior to undercoating. Most vehicles like this Toyota will have rubber plugs in certain body cavities, especially along the rocker panel, that need to be removed in order to thoroughly coat those areas. When spraying cars and SUVs, it's often necessary to pull the wheels and remove the fender liners in order to coat as much of the inner structure as possible. Wheel arches are a very common area for a vehicle to rust out, so it's important to be as thorough as you can in these areas. However, on this truck, I have good access to the inner fenders and bedsides with the fender liners in place. Now let's take a second and go over the materials that I use. Fluid film is a lanolin-based, non-toxic corrosion preventative. It creates a self-healing barrier that is always active and won't chip or crack. Mouse Out is a product developed by New Hampshire Oil Undercoating and is an eco-friendly oil-based rust preventative. It's mixed with essential oils that deter mice and other rodents from making a home in your vehicle and eating away at expensive wiring. Both products are designed to continuously spread and penetrate the body cavities of your vehicle, preventing rust. As far as equipment I use to spray the products, I use a Lemmer positive pressure style cup gun that has removable wands and attachments, as well as an old Banks Model 62 pressure pot that has a 2-quart capacity, which makes it really nice for general application. I always start by using a blowgun to clean off as much dirt from the underside as possible. And as you can see, even being a brand new truck, it still accumulated some dirt, so this is an important step for all vehicles. I'd like to take a second to really show how I'm capturing that Empire Strikes Back Hoth aesthetic. I mean, come on, we're basically the same person here. Anyways, this next clip really shows why it's so necessary to blow out the underside. It's kinda hard to see on camera, but there was quite a bit of dirt here. I start by using the cup gun with the 90-degree wand extension to spray all of the frame and body cavities accessible from underneath the vehicle. So this would include boxed frames, cross members, subframes, control arms, and other suspension components, the inner and outer rocker panels, cab corners, the bed sides, and fender heels. Basically any enclosed cavity that I won't be able to reach with the other spray gun. It's especially important to spray above the spare tire, including the cable mechanism. Oftentimes that mechanism ends up rusting completely solid, and then you lose access to your spare tire if you happen to need it, which could make for a bad day and a call to AAA. Now I've switched over to the pressure pot spray gun so I can coat the general exterior of the underside. Let's take a second to go over some frequently asked questions. What product do you use where? I use fluid film on the undercarriage and Mouse Out on all body cavities. Fluid film is a bit thicker and seems to hold up better on the undercarriage. Mouse Out will help deter mice from eating expensive wiring harnesses as well as preventing rust. How long does it last? Just like your vehicle, these products require maintenance to keep them working at their best. Because of this, I recommend an annual reapplication to ensure good coverage and protection. Does it smell? Yes, the lanolin in the fluid film has a very distinct smell. It starts to dissipate after a few weeks of application. That's why I use Mouse Out in the upper body cavities. It has a more pleasant peppermint scent. Why choose this over Z-Bart? I'm so glad you asked. Z-Bart uses a thick, hardening, tar-like substance that eventually delaminates from the vehicle, causing even more rust than if it was never applied in the first place. My products don't dry, so they will never chip or crack. The fact that they always stay fluid enables them to migrate into body cavities and pinch welds that are inaccessible with any other paint-like product. This also gives them a self-healing ability against rock chips. Here's what it looks like when Z-Bart's rubberized undercoating starts to delaminate from your frame. Pretty ugly, right? I'll link a video in the description that further explains why Z-Bart or any kind of rubberized undercoating is not the answer. Here's a nice close-up of the finished product. Now that the underside's done, I move on to the body panels of the vehicle. I look for the factory drain holes in the doors and use the 90-degree wand to spray in both directions in the door in order to really coat the lower seam, because that's where they're most susceptible to rust. Next up is the tailgate, and I use essentially the exact same procedure as the doors. I look for the original drain holes and try to be as thorough as I can. Now we have the hood, and these tend to rust out the most at the striker and around the outer seams. And finally we have the engine bay. There's lots of important parts to coat, such as the ABS module, steering linkage, battery terminals, master cylinder, brake booster, hood latch, the top of the front frame rails, the core support, strut towers, and inner fenders. I hope this video helped you understand my process of undercoating a vehicle. Please leave any questions you might have in the comments below. Be sure to check out my Instagram where I showcase my customers' vehicles. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching.